Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side. The other side of sports is your host, Laws, in the building. It's me, it's Ern. We here rocking out. Hey, Ern, you know what week this is, right?
What week is that?
This the last week for me to prepare, dog, for my 40. Sunday is the day, dog. I'm ready. Let's go. I got to tune the wheels up. You already know I've been out there, Joe, hitting the sticks. We ready. We ready, dog. Hey, dog. I don't know how much of it you watch, but that Bama Scottie Scheffler is the realest golf Bama on the planet Earth, dog.
You told me he the favorite. I put the Bama on the parlay and on the straight bet and
Dog.
cashed out.
Hey, the Bama is the realest in the world, dog. I can't even hold you. I'm mad that the Bama only 27 years old. Why he look 45, Aaron? Why the Bama look so old?
You asked a question that you already got the answer to.
Hey, young. That Bama is so nice with the golf club, bro. It's not like, and he not like super athletic. He not super strong to me. He just got a technique that just worked. And the Bama's ball placement, no homo, just be
Oh, you said this Bama's how old?
27, dog. This
No way.
Bama's born in 96.
It's no way.
That's what I'm saying. Why the Bama look 52,
It's
Ern?
no way. This Bama had to be made in the test tube. It's no way this Bama's
Hey,
27 years old.
yeah. Dog, he 27. Dog, and this is the thing. I was playing with my man this week, playing golf with my guy Brian. We were talking about the joint. He was like, is the Bama gonna be better than Tiger when it's all said and done? I was like, I was like, if you'd have said this like a year ago, I'd have been like, ain't no way in the world, dog. But what he's
How
been
many
able to
majors he
do,
got?
he got like 6, 7, something like that.
If he got 7 at this age, then yes, the answer is yes.
The Bama is cooking, dog.
How many let me see how
Tiger
many
got
Tiger
like
had by
16 or something. Nah,
at age
that's what
27 though.
he might have had like 10. No, the Bama Tiger was different. But it's the thing. It's like the Jordan versus LeBron situation, dog. The Bama Tiger running around with these weak white joints. He living crazy, drinking out like he just living foolish. This Bama Scotty, he don't do nothing, dog, but stay in the house with his family. Bama got married at like 22. Bama just he going with God, dog. You know I gotta rock with the Bama who go with God, dog. You already know.
The Bible said, "I just want to thank." What do you say? I believe in Jesus, and that's pretty much the
Dog,
foundation for everything.
you know I'm gonna go with God, dog. Bama just say he went and drank, but like, yeah, I just want to glorify God. That's it. Like that's why he gave me this ability. Dog, do you know that Scottie Scheffler didn't even dog you know like some kids they get the greatness because their parents are crazy. Like you know, Venus Serena, their dad, he should have been deported back to his country because this man was doing illegal type moves submerging their heads underwater, like you need to breathe under it, like you know what I'm saying, just crazy type stuff. But that's how they became cookers. Tiger father too, like he had him on the course every day, was like treating this golf game like it was the military, dog. Like you missed this shot, you got to do 100 push-up, like crazy type stuff. Bama Scottie Scheffler, his folks, they didn't care what he did. They just let the Bama be a kid. He was just playing in high school, played in college. Apparently, he was just good. He was like, oh, maybe I'll just keep playing. I'm pretty good at this. Win a couple little championships here and there. Now the Bama is the #1 ranked Bama in the world. Can't nobody touch him. The back nine in the joint, this Bama just pulled away from the field, dog. I don't know, for my non-golfers out there, you don't realize how hard it is to get birdies, dog. First of all, they designed the course to mess you up. If I play the jump, I'm gonna shoot 100 plus. Like it's designed to make you miss. And this Bama was just cooking, dog. This 450 bake all day. 450 bake all day, yeah. Jump was crazy. And it was some golfers in that joint. I try to be the contrarian, put my money on Max Homer. Why I do that, dog? Just
You put
go with
money on
Jordan.
him too, though.
Just go with Jordan, dog. I did, but not as much because you know what I'm saying. The payout ain't as good,
Yeah.
dog. You know what I'm saying. You know, you
I
go with
only
Max
got 50,
Homer.
but I'll take it.
You go with Max Homer, $20. That's 1,200. You know what I'm saying? You go with Scottie, $20. That's $52. Like it ain't. Come on, bro. You know, I should have just went with God, dog. Scottie Scheffler, dog. Just go with God, dog. You win every time. You win every time. Aaron, we got NBA playing games, dog. What we doing tonight? LA Lakers versus the
We go
Pelicans.
we going Stern's orders. We gonna stick with the money. We gonna follow the money. We gonna follow the
Okay.
ratings.
The money say LA. I'm looking at the joint right here, dog. I got the whole,
So this not
the whole
elimination game,
breakdown.
right? This just for the seeding because they got to lose twice to be out, right?
Yeah, so I think this is the 7-8 joint. And it's the 9-10. The 9-10 is the Golden State Sacramento joint, I think.
Okay, yeah. So the Lakers can lose and still make it.
Hold on,
Hold
let
on, is
me
that
see that. Let me see the standings. I can tell you right here, dog. We could do this thing correctly. We ain't got to make nothing up. All right. We got so the 9-10 joint is the Warriors.
you lose,
The
you out?
7-8 joint is basically for the 7 seed. So whoever win this joint get put into the playoffs, the Lakers and Pelicans, they get put in the playoffs as the 7 seed. And then you have the Lakers and the Kings. Whoever wins the Kings and the Warriors joint, then they get to play against the Lakers for another play. Well, not the Lakers, but whoever wins that joint or loses that
You
joint.
basically saying the Pelicans and the Kings gonna win today. That's what your subconscious just said on the airwaves.
I think there's a chance, though. I think that there's a chance.
Is Brandon Ingram back or he's still out with the knee?
Brandon Ingram is back. So he's going to play, but I just don't know how effective he's going to be. I mean, the dude got Zion. Maybe they trying to usher in the new class. The Lakers is a big ticket item, dog. And Stern's orders say go with the big ticket items, dog.
Go with what you know.
How many more years are they gonna be able to sell LeBron James at the front of the store? I don't
Next year, and
know.
that's it. Next year is the last year.
That's what I'm saying. So you might gotta just go with the Lakers, dog. I mean, they're not gonna let them miss the playoffs. Maybe they do the Lakers versus Warriors, Joe, to just play in for that AFC.
They want the
Not
Warriors and the Lakers in.
they do want
This
the
is the end of
Warriors
an
and the
era.
Lakers.
The Warriors are done as you know it anyway after this year, no matter what happens. They finished. Clay's not going to be coming back. I know they re-signed Draymond, but they probably going to have him with the Lakers. Or Steph is going to be the only one back.
Do they just close the door though? Do they just close the door and just be like, you know what? It's like it's over. The dynasty done. Let's just close the door. Like we don't need to.
When have you ever known them to leave money on the table?
Yeah, you're right, dog.
Now, if the Pelicans or the Kings come out so smoking hot that the refs can't control it, you don't want it to look so WWE. So you gotta let go of the reins and be like, it is what it is. But if it's close, if you leave them close enough,
they're gonna pull the hatch and make it happen.
it's just like the Buffalo Wild Wings commercial, dog. They're gonna press the button and keep the party going, dog.
Yeah, you might be right.
So I'm going Lakers and Warriors. Even though I think Sacramento should beat the Warriors at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Lakers going to beat the Pelicans anyway. Like I think that's just they're not playing around with LeBron and the end of this rope.
Yeah,
So they just the Lakers is in the 7th seed,
and
then I think it's up to the Warriors to beat the Kings and then beat the Pelicans.
Okay.
Can they do that? I don't know, but I think that's what it is at this point.
Okay.
The only other scenario I could see.
Okay.
The only other alternative is Lakers Warriors for that eighth seed,
That playing dream.
where they could get one game where it's like a Caitlin Clark joint where it's all eyes on me,
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of,
yeah,
sort of,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then somebody go off into the sunset and one of them making it. Like I could see that scenario.
Okay.
But generally speaking, if you're talking about a
Okay.
series, and you're also talking about a one seed that the ratings don't necessarily love, like they not pressed to see these Bama's go on and play. Like I think if you can get the Lakers can beat or the Warriors can potentially beat the one seed this year versus if you thought it was going to be Denver, it was
Mhm.
no chance.
Fair enough. Yeah. I don't know. This is one of them games where it's like Vegas. They just rubbing their hands together, dog. Because it's like we got him. When
That's
it's
the back door too,
indecision, we
because
got him,
everybody
dog.
put the money on the Lakers. They can get it through Vegas. They don't have to just get it through the ratings no more.
That's what I'm saying. Bro. You know sports betting, like the money is different than it used to be earned. Used to be a few little states
No,
here
that's
and
a fact.
there. Bama had to move. The money is different. They might just say, hey, yeah, we just cash out. These Bama's done anyway. Like we ain't
It,
gonna the
if the
ratings over the time is not gonna be what it used to be. So we just cash out on this joint.
if you want to talk about the worst ratings in playoff history, bounce the Lakers and Warriors. Bounce them.
I don't I don't think it's gonna be the worst ratings, dog. You
Who are
gotta
people
have
going to
one or
watch
the other. You gotta
from
have
other
one or the
markets?
other.
No, I'm saying if you bounce both of those teams, right?
Yeah.
Who are people going to tune in? That I'm not talking about in that market. We talking about just
Mhm,
casual basketball fans. People are not tuning in to see the Timberwolves. They haven't all year.
mhm,
They're not tuning in to see OKC. They're not paying attention to
mhm.
them East Coast teams. Like three-quarters of the country is going to tune out if the Lakers and the
The Warriors.
Warriors get
Both
bounced.
take a seat. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Ain't nobody
Denver
going.
won the chip, and people not checking for them like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely lost its luster. You got to get all the marquee faces and names in that joint. You better do like the NFL, have a Taylor Swift, and you got to sell something, dog. Cause
What they really got to do is get Anthony Edwards on one of these East Coast teams, like Premier Market type teams. Get him on the Knicks. Get him on. I don't care where
oh,
you put him, somewhere
oh,
on the East Side, or get him with like the Lakers or something like that. But Minnesota,
oh.
you're wasting a
Yeah,
guy who could potentially
yeah.
carry the league when Zion didn't want to take the
Well,
torch
they probably
and
didn't know
John
right
didn't want
away,
to take the
dog.
torch.
It's just
You
now
know now.
apparent that he's
You
now
know
you
now.
gotta get him out of there. You gotta get him out of there. Shout out my man Van. Before we go to the eastern side, because we gotta talk about the East. But just know that the Wizards finished 15 and 67.
With
Lost the last six. They at the bottom.
the
Shout
bottom?
out not at the bottom. They next to the bottom. Pistons
Oh damn.
at the bottom. One game. I don't.
Them dumbass 3 game win streak they went on.
Though. Nonetheless, I'm the murmurs came out. Shout out Van. He hit me and was like, word on the street, Deni Avdija had a good season. And that some people were praising him, namely Kevin Garnett was saying how Deni Avdija had a good season and he really improved and stuff. And I shot it down immediately, Aaron. I shot it down immediately. Not one, the Bama KG can't read, so we just going to just hold on. We ain't really taking everything he say as gospel. He know basketball, but we ain't. Come on, bro, stop it. When I tell you these numbers, Ern, please explain to me how Deni Avdija got all this better, all of his career stats, Ern. 9, 6, and 2.5, dog. This year, you want to hear this year's stats overall? You ready? 14.7 points a game, seven rebounds, and 3.8 assists, dog.
From a starter.
30 plus minutes, Aaron. Now people want to say, oh, well, his last games, the last games of the season, he was averaging over 19 points and this and that.
I had him
They
on the
don't
parlay. He had
matter.
7 points.
They don't matter. The end of these Bamas won 15 games. I want to see. Here you go. I got another player that was in the same draft. Obi Toppin. 21 minutes a game. He got 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists, dog. Ain't nobody talking about his progression and he doing all. Stop it, people. Deni
And he 4
Avdija
years
is
in.
not 4 years. He's not lived up to the hype. Period. I don't care. This minimal progression. How do you progress and your team still lose 67 games, Aaron? Your progression does not equal wins. Your progression does not equal all-star voting. You don't go and you're not getting no awards for most improved player of the year. You're not getting no awards for sixth man of the year. You're not getting no awards. Second team, first team, third team, fourth team, fifth team, anything. But yet we want to praise this guy for his progression. Stop it. Stop it, dog. The Bama is the same scrub he was when he first got here, dog. He just played more minutes. That's it. It's beyond me, dog. It's beyond me. They're trying to find every nook and morsel to try to get his Bama credit when the numbers don't impress me, dog. They don't impress me. They don't impress me. If you such a cooker, talking about, oh, when the coach got fired, it changed the trajectory of, stop it. Stop it. If you're a cooker, Aaron, what do you do when you get in the game?
You cook. And with 30 minutes a game as a starter, 4 years in as a first round pick, if you're not getting 20,
top 10 pick, Aaron.
If you're not getting 20, get him out of here.
Now, just for sake of argument, dog, because I just had it, I was like, you know what? Let me go back to that 2020 draft class and see COVID draft. See, whatever are they? Maybe there's some other players in the draft that, you know, maybe he was just the best guy you could get, right? Maybe he was just the best you could get. So I said, let me go back and look at that draft class. And I found Aaron, I'm like, we could have got other Bamas other than him, though. That were drafted after him. This is 2020.
Tyrese Halliburton.
So we had number 1 pick, Anthony Edwards. We couldn't get him. Okay. It got up to Devin Vassell. I'll take him right now over Deni. He scored more points. Cole Anthony, I'll take him. He at least got 6 man of the year awards. Josh Green, I take him too. Tyrese Maxey, I take him too. Come on, people. Desmond Bain, I take him too. This love affair with Deni Avdija, I can't get with it, dog. I'm sorry. I just can't get with it. I'm sorry, people. On to the east side, you got moving on up. Yeah, I didn't catch that reference. Heat and the Bulls, they scheduled a matchup. I think the Heat gonna get them, dog. Heat usually turn it on come playoff time. They was a playing game. I think last year it was cooking. They wait to the down in the east. So I'm gonna rock with the Heat for that one. Pacers and 76ers. I think the 76 is going. I mean, I'm sorry. Pacers is in comfortably at the 6th seed. I take that back. It's the 76ers versus the Heat for the 7th seed, and then it's the Bulls versus the Hawks for that play-in for the 8th seed. I think the Hawks are going to get the Bulls, but I think ultimately, if the Heat lose to the 76ers, which I think they will, I think the Heat will beat the Hawks for that 8th seed. So I think the playoffs will actually stay as is with I think the Heat will be the 8th seed, and I believe the 76ers will retain the 7th seed. So yeah. Do you see anything happening different with that?
Not a clue.
Yeah, I'm going with Embiid though. You talk about the stars, you need the stars. So yeah, I'm going with Embiid. NFL news, though. So Adam Scheffler on, I don't know what podcast that was, but he was just
Yeah, he looked like he was hopping on some Bama's like us, just hop on
yeah,
the
he
line.
did. Like, bro, I might look how much my holler at Scheffler, like, young, what's that? What the cost to get you on here, dog?
15,
You just 1,500?
15 grand.
What?
15 grand for 10 minutes. It'd be worth it though.
It would. Especially if you're gonna get that's when you pay to get something like that. He said they were talking about, they were like, yeah, what we gonna do with this draft pick? And he said, you be good to go ahead and get them Jayden Daniels jerseys. And we know Scheffler connected. We know he connected here. Are you taking it as gospel, or you just like you still holding back some reserve that they gonna shuffle around some of these other names and stuff like that? Or does this lend to your confidence saying, oh yeah, they gonna get the right guy?
For me, because I don't know these guys, and these guys being Adam Peters and whoever his pecking order is with the evaluations and the draft, I'm saying I will know when they hand the pick in and they call Alabama's name and he stands on stage with the hat and the jersey. That's when I'll know.
Okay.
Now, all of these other smoke screens that I don't believe, I'm not going to blame Bama's for. See, one of the things we always get pissed at the Commanders and the Wizards for doing is devaluing their own assets and then try to trade them and then cry when they can't get nothing for them. If these Bama's is playing whatever great games behind the scenes to make people believe they're open to take other people to make sure they can get the maximum if they decide to trade, whether it be this or something else, you have the leverage when people don't know what you want to do. So I'm not mad if that's been the play the whole time. But
Okay.
until I see them make it's a no-brainer. It's not even close.
It's
Like
not
it's not even close. It's not a conversation. I wouldn't even take Drake May in the first round. He's a project. He can't start week 1. He needs to sit a year. So that being said, until they hand the pick in, that's going to tell me everything I need to know about the owner, about the pecking order, about the GM, and about the valuations that's going on behind the scene. And this is easy. This is easy. This is like 101. This is softball. This should be an easy home run. Just take it. And when you don't take the easy home run, that's when I'm like, okay, we playing other type of games. There's other stuff other than football going on over there still. So
let me ask this question. If they hand the ticket in and say Jayden Daniels, you back?
no, because it's an easy home run.
Okay.
But I'm
What
not
got
out.
it?
If they took
Okay.
somebody else, I'm fully out. I'm staying out.
Okay.
I'm peeking in the door now to see who else in there. I'm peeking in. I'm looking in the window, taking account of who in the
You say,
house.
hold on, what's
Trying to
going on
decide
in there?
if I'm even gonna walk in the front door. If they would have taken Drake May or
You looking
JJ
at the car.
McCarthy out of bounds,
You looking at the cars
they'd
outside.
have
Like,
heard the car start and I'd have been out of there. They would have never seen me. But that don't mean I'm all the way back in. There's a couple things I need to see.
So let me see it. Let me say this. Let's say, for sake of argument, let's say they mess around and get a haul, like 2 firsts for the next 2 years. They move back to like 9, 10, they draft Michael Penix Jr. and they just sitting chilling. And they look like they making moves of the century. Will that bring you back in? Or you still that's not you wouldn't clap for that.
To me, Jayden Daniels is a home run that they like. They don't need just to like stand pat and kind of chug. They need that. They need home runs because they're so far behind. Ron
Okay.
Rivera screwed this team so bad.
Mm-hmm.
You end up losing so many games. You get to the top of the draft in football. That's the way it works. That's how you get better.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get better. You can, but the
It's gonna,
idea,
yeah.
the process is not to get better in the middle of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
The top of the draft is where, in theory, the best players are. And so when you're really bad, you get the best players in the draft. Jayden Daniels is one of those guys. He has the potential to be a superstar in the league if they use this Bama correctly and don't get passive aggressive and let the media control how they handle this guy. If they just treat him the way you're supposed to treat a number 2 overall pick at quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
these Bama's got a home run, the kind of home run you need to change your entire franchise. Penix Jr., I
Mm-hmm.
like a lot, but he requires a lot around him. He can't dictate.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has the injury issues. He can't run, so you can't kind of dictate to the defense while you learn to be a pocket passer or develop in the NFL offense. He just doesn't have those other skills. He needs an O line. He had the best receivers in college football last year. So there are other things you got to put around him that kind of hampers you from being able to hit that home run that you would if you took Jayden Daniels, where the O
Mm-hmm.
line doesn't have to be great. The receivers don't necessarily have to be great right away.
What do you think about the report that said that Adam Peters is looking to try to build this roster and this team like the Ravens?
It's genius. You got 30 minutes up the road. You got a blueprint, a template of a way to not only have a chance to win Super Bowls, but to stay in it every year.
Mm-hmm.
And they just want to go beat Carolina. Why? I have no idea for the last 4 to 5 years. So if that's the blueprint, then I'm with it. And the fact that he came from, well, they said it came from the owner, not the GM. So
Okay.
I get it. Because I'm like, you come from San Fran, you don't want that blueprint. You want the one in Baltimore. But
Mm-hmm.
I believe that article you're referring to came from, that statement came from the owner.
Okay. Still, we gonna see what they really about in a week and a half.
Dog, they got some long receivers in this draft that this team
Uh-huh.
needs desperately that they've ignored for the past since like Westbrook. Like if they can get
A
the guy
rangy
out of
receiver.
yeah, because they keep drafting these Smurfs that kind of are the same guy, and they wonder why they can't get any depth or any like nuance to the offense because they just basically running the same style of player out there at every position. If they can get a bigger guy, possession receiver, who has a bigger catch radius to kind of offer some alternatives since they have refused to address the tight end position as well.
Yeah.
Um, I think that'll help the offense and a rookie receiver. I mean, a rookie quarterback a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, dog. We gearing up. Once we get past the draft, then we can do some hypotheticals on what we anticipate the season going like. Uh yeah, I mean, for sake of argument, if they get Drake May,
They're gonna be picking around the same spot next year.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
He can't
Oh,
come in week one, or you're gonna ruin him. Any potential he may have had, if you have to start him week one, you're gonna mess the kid up.
yeah. Yeah, he's not ready. He's not ready. So, yeah. I, but I'm actually after the Scheffler comments, and I don't know if this is just a grand scheme or if he was just off the drinks that night and just got loose and just was talking a little loose. I like you say, it's a home run no brainer. I think that gave me a little bit more confidence that they gonna make the pick, the right pick though. I've been back and forth. Some of the reports
He's
I
got a
just been I don't
pipeline to DC, and he
yeah.
has for the past 10 years at least since Shanahan was there. For whoever he knows here, like information goes straight to him from this organization. And I've tried to not be mad at the GM. Like the owner's already done some stuff to kind of rub me the wrong way, but I've tried to like
give him.
not hold the GM responsible for comments that random Joe Blows in media have put out, because you
Mhm.
know how this media tries to control this
Oh yeah,
team.
they try to make stuff up though.
Yeah,
These
they
Bama's
make stuff up
they
all the
dog, they
time.
master manipulators dog. They
So
like we just gonna put this out and see how people gonna respond, and then we're gonna do this, and they just
right,
sources
and they
sources.
they fake leak stuff to national media from the local media. So I know that JJ McCarthy stuff, where they tried to act like it was coming from Peters, was fake and made up, that they came up with, and
Mhm,
also a lot of the Drake May stuff that they were trying to force.
mhm,
Um, that they were trying to force the team to at least kind of entertain. And
mhm.
if it didn't take that, like, it shouldn't have taken Adam Peters 3 4 months and all these meetings. If the football that was played last season, if you look at the tape of Drake May and look at the tape of Jayden Daniels,
It's night and day.
that's an hour. It takes an hour day one on the job. You look, oh no, it's not even a conversation.
Yeah, yeah. It's not even a conversation. If you know football and you are top evaluated, yeah, it's no question.
So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and assume he just maintaining the leverage, because you
Mhm.
never know what happens on draft day.
That's
Caleb Williams is a wild boy. If something leak and he end up not going number one, and then Chicago one, Jay, you just got to keep all options
yeah,
open.
yeah,
You
yeah.
you
That's
don't want to kind of handicap yourself or handcuff yourself. So I'm not holding that against the Bama. We just got to wait to draft day to see what happens.
yeah, gotta wait to see what happens, though. Gotta wait to see what happens. In draft news, Caitlin Clark, number one, Indiana. She making
You gonna
three
be
hundred
courtside?
30,000. I'm about to at least for the first 2 years of her contract. I got her. I think.
I got
I
it this
snap.
year.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Like, dog, they should fire every executive at the WNBA. Should be ashamed of themselves, dog. Ashamed of
I wouldn't
themselves.
even. I wouldn't even like. I would just. What I would do if I was the WNBA, I would just give her a contract that nobody else got. And if
How
Bama's
can
going to
you do that?
complain,
Is there a
I,
CBA?
maybe yeah, you're right. You might not be able to do that. Cause I'm like,
But
if Bama's complaining, I'm like, then you need to bring star power. You need to do something on and off the court to where people want to pay you like this, and then
but
you can get the bread too.
yeah, so generally, I be hard on the complainers in life. But I think the WNBA has done the women in that league such a disservice, and so lazy and incompetent with the marketing, and just they be putting games on while Bama's is at work 11 a.m. You know what I mean?
That's the
Like,
only slot they can get, right?
it's not, because that one time when we were younger, dog, the WNBA was popping. They had Cheryl Swoops had shoes that I bought, was pressed to get more than dude shoes that was out.
No, but
Like,
it was a different time too.
there was star power.
There was star power, but it also wasn't this whole like I feel like this is whole machine that's like trying to push it. They're like, hey, get this, get this. Back when Cheryl Swoops in them, it was just there, and people would just tune in who
Harold,
wanted to
that's
see
not
it.
how life works, dog. When we talk about money all the time, it's never just works or it's just there. They got them dollars behind that joint. They had the marketing behind it, and they put more of an effort, and they
Mhm.
had smarter people
Well, they
working
try
these
they
people.
trying to do the like commercials with like the youngin on the commercial with like Steph Curry and like do the State Farm Johnson like leak the WNBA players with the male guys that try to like bring that unify that whole look on the from the media standpoint.
But I'm not giving them
It's
credit. The
the
WNBA credit for
product
that.
it gotta get better.
I don't know that the game, like the women. I think the women are probably better now than they were then.
Oh
I
yeah,
just think it's
skill wise.
marketing. I think it's 100%, not 100. I'm gonna say 85% blame the WNBA and their executives and their marketing and their
Mhm.
plan and their lack of investment in the women of the WNBA and making them start. How many garbage singers or rappers, or all the stuff y'all dinosaurs complain about, that become huge stars because the marketing dollars and the machine behind it. Y'all talk about the
Okay.
push being behind certain Bamas or Bamas being plants all the time.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
can't do
yeah,
that in the WNBA.
yeah. You can.
you can't tell these youngins shut up and put a dress on and show up to this event or that event, and just the same way that they stick this other them garbage TV shows that nobody would ever watch, that you see 30 commercials for these Bamas on a show that you actually want to watch, and you know nobody's ever going to watch it, but they put so much money into forcing Bamas just to have this in front of your eyes. It's just they
Mhm.
just don't do that anymore.
They don't.
You can't really name other than Caitlin Clark, the 6'8". Who was the youngin that was in Russia? Uh in the concert, the
Oh, Brittany Griner,
Brittany Griner. It's a handful of people that you really know. Who was the real bad joint that was at Notre Dame?
Skylar Diggins.
Yeah, they show up in the league and then they just disappear in the thin air. And I don't think you
Yeah,
can blame them for that.
yeah. The interesting thing, like you talk about, like superstars. Are there any superstar? Like,
Caitlin Clark might be the only
yeah,
superstar in the league,
yeah, superstar,
and she a
dog.
rookie.
Yeah, because when you think about, like, I know you shared the post with me this week, but talking about like the difference between a star and a superstar
Yeah,
is recognition outside of the game.
but I don't know that people who don't watch any college basketball would recognize Caitlin Clark. So I think it is a little bit relative. I don't think. See, he was being like, I don't think it's as black and white as being recognized outside of the game. That
Okay.
you can be like like a celebrity or a star in that realm, but as far as a star in your league or a superstar in your league, I don't think you have to be necessarily recognizable for people who never watch sports ever. It's a handful of Bamas that's like that, like Jordan. You talking about Michael Jackson, Muhammad Ali back in his day,
Mhm,
Snoop
mhm.
Dogg. It's a handful of people who just transcend
The
all
game.
color lines and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever sport or entertainment that
Tiger.
they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a handful of people. So I think you got to throw that out. But I think in a league, if in every market, if those fans know who this player is, like
Okay.
it's people that's. I think Jason Tatum, if he came to a Wizards game, most of the girls wouldn't know who Jason Tatum is. If they
Mhm.
just there with a guy or they casual basketball
Paul
fans,
George probably a little more than they know
right?
Jason Tatum. I
His
feel like
name
Paul George
is
is
bigger
star
than that.
power.
But
Uh-huh.
even youngins that don't know nothing about basketball, they knew LeBron.
Yeah, they know LeBron.
You know what I mean? Like KD, it's like certain Bamas who
Mhm.
the group is going to show up for. Like I don't think Tatum has reached that point yet where the group is like, oh, they playing the Celtics. Let me,
Oh yeah,
show up.
yeah. They, I
I just
mean, I mean, he probably has
it's
his.
some
He's still an NBA player, so
he's
and he's
a
still a
star, but I
star
just
on
don't
his
think he's a
team.
superstar.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, then if there's not a lot of superstars in
And
the
it has
league.
nothing to do with ability. It has nothing to do with ability because I think he's the best player. Like Paul George to
Uh,
me is the guy who should have been the greatest basketball player to ever touch a basketball. Just the handles, the shot,
skill
just
wise,
he got everything you could
yeah, he got
6'11" you could
everything
dream
in
of
the bag.
wanting as a kid. He a creative player, but it just never kind of manifests into the
Mm,
amount of winning you would think somebody with all of those skills would have. But
yeah,
right after Paul George, though, I think Jason Tatum is probably the most talented Bama, like the most
yeah.
skilled Bama in the league.
Nah, that's a fact. I'm with you.
So that
Is
superstar thing comes with personality,
is
charisma.
is Luca a superstar?
Because he's white, he gotta be.
Yeah, he's a superstar.
Because white people are gonna gravitate to that's just how they are. They
Yeah,
just if
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
white person in the league, they just oh he's great. Go get his jersey. He's the greatest. He could average 5 points a game, like Denny or like
They
Chris Cooley.
well, the Clippers is matched up against the Mavericks, dog, in the first round. Look like did it? Who went? Well, the
The
Bama
Clippers,
Lucas
I
had
think, is
Luca been busting the Clippers tail for every time. He been giving them the business. So
if Kawhi's healthy for the playoffs, I got the Clippers to win it all this year.
okay, I think the Clippers should beat the Mavericks, but
Luca ain't
Stern
won
Jordan
nothing
might
yet.
come. He
Now Stearns
hasn't, but
Jordans is a factor, but
Stern Jordan's
Luca
a
ain't done
factor.
more than James Harden. But for some reason, we acting like something different is about to happen. Luca ain't about to win nothing.
Okay.
He's white James Harden, so people like what he does when they hated what James Harden did. But nothing. He's not going to win anything this year. So scratch him out of the conversation.
Okay. All right, dog.
We can put as many wins as you want on that
Lucas
series.
Lucas numbers is incredible this year, dog.
No, they are, and so was Harden's. but nobody liked Harden. So we talked about how it would never win, and that style of basketball was cancerous, and yada yada yada.
This Bama is dog for the year, for the season. This Bama's numbers is 34, 9, and 10.
And if they get bounced in the first round, what they gonna say?
Dog, you
Nothing.
can't get bounced in the first round with them numbers, dog. You cannot lose to the Clippers. Like, I mean, good thing
If
we got
Kawhi
Kyrie.
plays in the whole series and he's healthy, not like a 80% Kawhi. If
Yeah.
Kawhi is Kawhi for this series, they're gonna bounce the Mavericks.
Okay, I got the Mavs. We can put wings on it. I got the Mavs in the first round. First round win. Dub. Lock it in. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So all right. Sunday morning, 10:30. I'm out there. We're gonna have the paramedics on deck just in case. I ain't gonna need them. But we just gonna make sure that everything is in place. I'm gonna make sure I get my 30-minute stretch in right before. We're gonna have the camera out there. I'm gonna have the joint juiced up so we can get all the footage. You ain't got to be present, but we gonna be ready, dog. So get ready. Get ready. We still, I don't know what we doing for the draft. That's next Thursday.
Ain't time flying. We'll figure it out by Wednesday.
Woo! We here.
No, we'll figure it out by Friday.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So stay tuned in, locked in. Follow us at OSS 980, Other Side of Sports. Please subscribe to the channel. Go ahead, click the like button, leave a comment. You agree, you don't agree. Go ahead and share your thoughts. What the Commanders need to do. Is it a no-brainer to pick Jayden Daniels with the first pick, second pick in the draft? What are y'all thoughts? Do y'all believe Adam Scheffler? No. Is Laws gonna run the 40 under 4.8 or nah? Comment, share. We out.